Welcome back to Unseen Sports TV, Ball Pree TV, and JAMPL Fan TV. Today we're going to, talk about the Steve McClaren last World Cup Qualifiers squad reveal, and we're going to share our opinion on what we think about the squad. You understand? We're going to get, mixed reaction. You understand? Ball Pree thinks different, JAMPL thinks different, and Unseen with the Unseen review all the time. You understand? Yeah, man. So Ball Pree, drop the squad now. If you have anything to say to the people, let me know we are in a bad situation right now. Our fellow, brothers and sisters down by the West, it's not happy at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. So, I don't know, we have to use football to try and ease our mind and focus back on some different thing. I don't know, commiseration to everybody. We are going through it now from the hurricane, but the squad, what a squad, me I tell you, beer questions were asked, me I tell you. Yeah.
Like always, right?
Like always, and the midfield looking like a feather. like a feather, man. But so the midfield first and foremost, Isaac Hayden, Bobby Reid, Jonathan Russell, Kara Anderson, and Joshua Anglin. And
that's how many members, how many players is that? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 midfielders named
5
for the international window of 2 matches. For Lars Palmer, and I don't see a direct replacement for it. That's my concern. That's my number one concern, because people are worried already about the creativity in the midfield.
Yes.
Regardless of what you think about Palmer, he was a creative midfielder we had in the squad. And he's now out. We see no direct replacement, and no people are going to say Gray can come in that midfield to be a creative spark. But do you believe that midfield is still short of creativity? I see you asked the coach about the number 10. So what do you say about it?
Well, I asked the coach about the number 10. Whenever you're picking a team coaching standpoint, I'm a coach. So you want to make sure that you have that out and out player. But then the coach may say injury, and you can always put a Dixon there or Bobby Reid. You can also put them or a Gray there because they want to start CFAS. So he's looking at that. I think that's what he's looking at. But for me, my personal preference, I would try to get a number 10 in. Then you have to also think on the fact that bringing somebody new at this time. As you said, that he knows his eye, he knows stats. It's a mixture of other things he used for certain players.
yeah.
But the benefit of the doubt goes to the coach, in my opinion.
Yeah, so once again we saw there was no Lord Raphael. Again, I said the Lord Raphael team, the Lord Raphael church. Once again, we know say down in the comment section of beer people are gonna rush you. No Tyrese Hall again, and as we saw reports that the coach was watching Tyrese Hall.
Is that the biggest surprise? Because he was watching Tyrese Hall leading up to this. And he's on good form, and as again, there's no Palmer. Why would you not bring him, regardless of his age, because we saw Seymour Reid come last time, why would you not bring in Tyrese Hall just to give us some assurance in that midfield? That was a bit surprised?
That's definitely a bit surprised, but again, as the coach spoke right here in this very seat, the coach said him go with what him know, and I guess him never want to bring in any new players in the selection. And again, I see where you asked him about coach Rico Henry is a new player,
Yes.
but I guess it's about the position. I guess
It's about certain players and the pedigree.
the pedigree. Well, you see there, class
And then
class and pedigree.
a lot of people that we are around and in groups talk about pedigree. So I would want to hear what they would have to say now if they're going to go against their words.
Yeah, definitely. and to be fair, Rico Henry is definitely a Premier League player.
Yeah.
So there's no going around that. So I guess I must say, if I plug and play somebody right now, it have to be class. And surprisingly, nobody asked the question about Mason Green.
Is the current form of Rico Henry says that he's class at the moment?
So alright, so that is the thing. We know class is permanent. Class is permanent and form temporary. So that's how he's looking at it. But what about the Mason Greenwood question? Nobody asks about me.
I think we're just tired. I think we're just tired because we're going to get the same answer.
He's not there. He didn't call his name.
He didn't call his name until he didn't mention him. I actually surprised our colleagues didn't even bother after they were saying, what is more left to say about Greenwood? He's not here. Don't expect him to come before World Cup if we make it. Just move on. We have to just deal with what we have. We have Whisper back in the squad fully this time.
Yeah.
Tyrese Campbell is there. Warner Brown makes a return.
Warner Brown. Interesting.
I told him.
As I told you, I was right.
I told you.
I saw him Wednesday live and he looked off the pace, to be honest. He didn't look as sharp as I would like him to be. Naturally, he's coming off an injury, then the JPL was suspended, so he's going to be lacking much sharpness. So to see him into the squad when you have Burrell going on such good form is surprising. And then because now we're going to ask questions about Trevor Stewart, who can make it into the squad despite his great form. He scored a brace again today. So you have to wonder why is Brown in lacking sharpness. I know it's not the same type of forwards, but when you have Burrell and Bailey there, I can't pronounce him.
So you have Bailey Kadamat, Herman Burrell, Trevor, what's his name again? Remember.
Shamar Nicholson, yeah.
That's 3, right? And then one of them. Four strikers, right? Somebody not going to get a game.
Well, naturally.
So, how me view the strike academy is I really think those 4 strikers, the coach see them as dependable. And that's not to say that Trevante is not dependable because he has not even brought Trevante in our squad. But if you take a look at it, in reality, Warner Brown has scored for the coach already.
Yep.
Bailey Kalamachi scored for him the first time. Shamar and foot soldier and can depend on Shamar. Him say Shamar the best in the Caribbean. Shamar number speak for itself. I guess when Shamar put on the black, gold and green in transform. So you have to give him that. And
the Rima blood.
And Roman Burrell
is on form.
Great
form.
I think him deserve him.
So I don't have a problem with Burrell. I'm just surprised, but I guess you're right. I guess he's saying this is crunch time. I want him soldiers who has been there with him before and can trust and you know exactly what they can provide regardless of form, and he's gonna go with it. So I guess that's why Warner Brown is there and Stewart is not there.
And maybe Warner Brown is a player that the coach can say, hey, put him in front of us and show him something and say, yes, coach, I'm going to try. Maybe terms, you have to look at it in coaching terms. Maybe you have some players, they don't really, they are there, but they don't really soak up or absorb the information.
Yeah, but the reality about Trevante is that the coach hasn't called Trevante into a camp, so I guess the coach is getting some prior knowledge to say, this is Trevante, not like fire, I burn the place down, but I guess there's something
there's
about
a whole factors again.
So there's some underlying factor there with Trevante where it's bigger than whatever.
Yeah, but the people think on the Israel League as a
whatever it is,
Champion League.
We don't know. We don't want to put it down because a league where you can play European football. And we don't want to speculate. But whatever Trevante have to go on, the Trevante just continue on the same trajectory, score 30-40 goals for the season, and I'm pretty sure he'll be banging down the door. But as of now, we have to just understand the coach's perspective, understanding it. Sometimes we don't agree with it now, but if we can understand it,
I do understand.
We can just move on. You get me?
To be fair, I do understand. I'm not going to knock the coach too hard. Again, thinking about it, these are the last 2 crucial games. And probably the same to bring in someone like Trevante who never worked with before. He has to go through the process of showing him how he wants him to play and all of that. Crunch time now, we don't have time, let's get it good. So I can understand.
So the coach talk about if he could bring in more players up to 30, that based on what JFF gives him. So to fix the number 10 issue, I'll let us drop off forward.
Yeah, but see now you're talking about drop off forward and we still can't even bring in the Trevante who is a forward.
No, we understand that Trevante would not come. As before, prior knowledge, we could say that he would not.
So would you say drop off forward for a current squad that is having issues scoring goals?
So for me, and they always call me the JPL activist, Warner Brown would not be in the squad. Right? I'm 6 points.
Well, I'm literally named JAMPL Fan and I'm saying, just based on what I see, that him don't look sharp. Again, not his fault. There's lack of much time. He don't look the sharpest right now. So I was saying, I wouldn't necessarily bring him for this camp.
I mean, in Ball Pree TV, and I'm very surprised that Warner Brown is in the squad. I went and watched Warner Brown. Warner Brown is probably my second favorite player in the JPL. Every time Warner Brown is picked, I am okay with it. But it's a surprise. None of us really thought that he would be there. None of us really say, yo, I Warner Brown that did it over Trevante. Trevante are on the place right now. So it is what it is. It's a coach's pick, and we just have
And
to
Chivani
work.
scored 2 goals already.
Just now?
Just now, just
He's still a player right now.
Yes,
couple
Dick
minutes
Chivani
ago.
scored 2
See,
goals.
there, but I just say, I guess the coach
His time will come, I think. He's what? Only
You feel so?
20, only, what's his age?
Yeah, I'm still young enough.
He's young.
If you qualify, him still have time to make it.
Yeah, go and burn down the place, Trevor.
Go on, do
Go
your
and
thing.
score
Go on,
some
do your
goal.
thing, Jamaica.
As you talk about the number 10, and you talk about the
Yeah.
number 10 and talking about dropping an attacker, but also you have to bear in mind that Demara great. Don't be surprised if you see Demi played number 10. Don't be surprised if you see Kaima play number 10.
Surprise? I think it's a necessity right now. Him have to. I'm looking at this midfield.
Have
5
to play.
names. Him have to
Bobby
play.
Reid have
Him have
to
to
play
play.
there.
I can't see what him going to put there as a creative outlet.
And then John Russell is a up and down player. Plays good now and then plays.
My problem with John Russell again is not his fault. I just don't think this team played to.
So, I'm going to bring up John Russell because yesterday I watched Thomas Tuchel's press conference where he spoke about Jude Bellingham, and people don't beat me. It's not me saying that John Russell is Jude Bellingham. However, the same way how Tuchel explains how Jude Bellingham plays, he said Jude Bellingham is basically a false 9. As a number 10, where he's going to score some tap-ins in the box, because no for timing run in the box. Probably Russell not have the timing as good as a Bellingham as yet, but that's how he plays.
No, obviously not at the quality of Bellingham, but he does. That's his game. His game to arrive late in the box, make those tap-ins, get the goal. He's the only real goal-scoring midfielder we have. Problem is, when was the last time you see this Jamaican team is swinging crosses? How often you see with the swing crossing? We finally got a bit out from Seafors in the last game against Bermuda, but normally our wingers like to take on them in one-on-one and open up a shooting lane for themselves.
Yeah, and especially if we're using inverted wingers, which we are,
Which
because
we are.
Seafors on the left-hand side is right.
And Campbell who's more on the left side than on the right
so
side.
all of that JAMPL comes down to the tactics of the coach going into the game. Whenever Russell, you need to swing the ball. And you saw it in the Unity Cup, and that's the approach.
I'm so surprised we don't.
Right? That is the approach
Yeah.
I would take whenever Russell and Seafors link up. It's always goals.
Yeah, but for how I'm looking at it as it relates to Russell, I think Russell is a good option to bring on then when time you're trying to show the kitchen sink. I say, you know, you definitely have to
I
swing
will
some
have to
screen in
see
the box. So
I would
that's
be-
what I'm looking at.
So you want him as a super sub then?
Exactly.
Okay,
So,
that's
do
probably-
you think Whisper can play 10 as well?
He has
Yes,
the
I know,
ability.
it's creativity.
Remember, Craig Bullock even said that he sees his future as a 9. So he has the ability to play through the middle. Right now, we only call 4 wingers, and I assume based on this,
Great,
you would
great.
like to believe he probably get the start of a Dixon from Trinidad.
But here's my
Think so?
wild take. Here's my wild take.
Yeah.
I like Kaim Dix as a number 10. I love Kaim Dix as a number 10. I know people that say he's
Energy.
It brings
Happy
energy.
feet.
I like the energy.
Energy.
Yeah.
but he's
Really?
always looking to create something. And personally, watching Kaim Dix, even me had to learn about his game. I think the youth IQ is way higher than people give him credit for. I think him game has grown so much, and him IQ
Yeah.
in terms of his passing, I think people underestimate him passing. And as a number 10, I think having that creative mindset, I think Kaim Dixon can also feel the
Dixon
game.
vision is there, but in pass he need to get a bit sharper. He's kind of over 50 towards through passes.
Yeah.
But again, he's young, he's getting there. And he started more as a forward winger, so
Liken it to don't beat me again, Bruno Fernandes. Bruno tries it a million times. You get me? I say how much passes does come off. That's what you get from creative players. So he's not the Ozil type number 10, but he can be like a Bruno Fernandes type.
Let me move away from the individuality and try to make it be more collective. In terms of, you saw the connection with Dixon and Shamar Nicholas and Dixon and Seafors. Dixon.
Jungle man link up.
Right, and then you saw the connection with Whisper and Shamar Nicholas. Even though some of the ball, Shamar Nicholas didn't really, you saw that Whisper wanted to bring him other players in. You saw a different game from him in terms of where he was when he was in Jamaica, and now he's in Chelsea. This is some different stuff coming out. Now, the coach job now is to try to tie in all of those things collectively so that we can create more goal scoring chances.
Yes. So on that, if I must go on that, as I look at the team as a collective, if you even look at the centre forwards themselves, the profiles are so much different. And I think while we talk about Chivante, even though that's individual again, that's probably one of the things where the coach is looking at, because the coach said he sees Trevante similar to Bowser, right? Now, if you look at all 4 forwards, I think all of them is so different. Kadamachi build is so different from a Bowser, is so different from a Roman Burl, is so different from a Wannaburn. So all of them have them different skill sets, attributes.
Yeah.
And now that is also good when the coach can say, alright then, I want to play this way for draw with this forward and that forward and this forward. And again, even the wingers them, again, Cephas is so much different from a Campbell, different from a Campbell, different from a Dixon, different from a Whisper. So in reality, you know, the squad have so much variety in the squad. As I say, as a squad and a whole, we're probably just lacking that out and out silky number 10, Casey Palmer, or probably a Ravel Morris. However, again, the coach can supplement that by using a Demari Gray as a number 10, a Kyle Dix as a number 10. So it might not be the silky number 10, but at least there are options there. And as the number 6, the number 8s, we're probably light there, but we still have a Isaac Aiden, a Bobby Reid, a Kara Anderson, Anglin, as the coach saying, see him as a 8 and not a 6 today.
Yeah, there's a difference. You were asking about that?
So,
8.
One thing we never talk about was naming the squad so persons can understand all the players that are in the squad.
Alright, so the overall squad, Andre Blake, usually 3 keeper them, Andre Blake, Jamal Wade, Tafari Chambers, no surprise there. In defense, you have Joel Atibodere, Ethan Pinnock, Richard King, Dexter Lembi-Kisa, Greg Lay, Damian Lowe, Rico Henry, the new addition, Mace Olgate, and Ian Frey. So the surprise in defense would be Atibodere, really, again, we know Atibodere.
Is it that surprising? Really? He called him last time, he just come off an injury, so I'm not that surprised. I was more surprised, and I did ask coach that he listed Ian Frey as a defender this time.
Yeah, very interesting. He listed him as
he told me it's either here or there, but it's interesting that he listed him as a defender this time. So you realize that he's basically, without Dexter, is winning one specialist right back, which is him. Yeah. So I'm thinking he's going to be there as a right back this time.
Well, Ian Frey and also Lati again.
Or Lati can
be, as him say. In midfield, 5 midfielders are Isaac Aiden, Bobby Reid, John Russell, Kara Anderson, Josh and Anglin. And again, even though you have 5 midfielders, I think the options of Atibodere and Isaac and Ian Frey
are coming into that midfield.
Yeah, and in the forward line you have Bailey, Ty Kadamachi, Shamar Nichols, Kaim Dixon, Ronaldo Cephas, Tyrese Campbell, Warner Brown, and Dujan Whisper Richard. So that's a squad in its fullness. Easy me, the midfield might look very light. 5 midfielders listed, but in essence,
and
I think.
And how many defenders? How many centre backs?
9 defenders.
And how many centre backs we call?
9 defenders. 4 out and out centre backs. Again, the Frey and the Atibodere are centre back options, but 4 out and out centre backs.
So since Lati can play there, do we need 4 centre backs? Do we need Holgate, who's not getting much game time? Lowe who's not playing. Well, Lowe has to be there, but do we need Mason Holgate for this window? Since he's not playing much where he is, and Lati's in the squad that can also, if needed, come as a centre back. Or even Ian Frey can play as a centre back.
If we can use a squad as anything, as an indication to what you can expect, having so much defenders.
Oh,
you see what I'm getting with this?
Okay, no problem.
We might be seeing a back three. We might be seeing a back three.
I doubt it. Well,
you doubt it?
He even indicated today that he wants his fullbacks to improve.
Well, that's
so it's not like he's going to stick to it back 4 and have a right back into the
again, that might just be the coach.
Leave
it right there. Let's just leave this tactics right there.
Yeah.
Coach,
but at the end of the day, it don't really matter. It's how you execute on the field. So, Jamaica has played 5-6 games doing the same thing. So Trinidad has already seen that. And one thing you do when you're doing your analysis and you're getting your game plan to go, you watch 5 games and look at what's the best, what's their most tactics that they did on the field. So at the end of the day, even the coach talk, they do already. You understand?
Alright, so let's just quickly look at your ratings for the squad that was announced. So I'll start with you and see if I had to put a number at it, what would be rating out of 10?
The number 10 position is a creative part of the field. That's where I grade down the team. I think we could drop a defender or drop a centre forward. get somebody there. I don't know, number 10. So, you know, it moved from you know, the official 10 going down. So that would be, I think 8. It's at 8. There are some discrepancies now when it comes out to players that are not in form. So that would drop it down again to around 7. So for this rating, I think I can place it there at 7 out of 10.
Kin?
So for me now, straightforward. No Trivante store that are one player 1 point off. No Tarisa that another player 1 point off again.
Why you
Let him do his thing, man. You got your
Because it's
ratings.
players that create the squad. That's why I can't place it on anything.
more like individual.
I understand what you're saying, but again, I'm pretty sure that I know that there are new players, and I hear the coach saying that there are new players, but you can plug and play them and in the squad. It's a squad of what? 26, 27?
27.
Having those new players in the squad, they might not even make the match day squad. So having them around the squad, I think is just reward. So no Trivante
At this time,
at this time.
having them around the squad, they play them.
Well, I'm pretty sure that these 26, 27 man squad, 3 or 4 of them will be on the bench, and in the stands with me and you. So if you want to look at it like that, but I'm pretty sure say Trivante, if he's called upon, he could have had value. Tyrese, if he's called upon, he could have had value. And Lord Ravel Morrison, everyone. I know that might not be, but I'm pretty sure that Ravel brings something different. So that's 3 points. So we already down to 7. And the defense, I'll give everybody a pass. So I'm going to say a 7 based on those 3 players. I play a point. I know that it sounds unfair, but that is just me. And you can't beat me in the comment section. That's something. 7 may I get this one.
No, y'all make me want to. Because I was initially going to pick a 7, but since I took my 7, me I think change it.
L.A. Lewis.
Yeah.
7.
Because they, again, I started out by saying straight, midfield scare me. Not because I necessarily lack of creativity. God forbid, if something happened to Aid, well, I don't know what might have happened. I still think we could at least have probably Lambert as a specialist CDM, especially the coach mentioned Anglin is at 8 and not at 6.
One more CDM and no creativity.
I want specialist 6 in the squad and I hate it.
No creativity.
I'm getting to that. Then the other issue in midfield is the lack of creativity.
So 1 point for.
No, I don't need the 1 point. People will say though that Jamaica's strength is not to play through the middle, we play through our wingers. So creativity in the midfield, it is what it is. To me, I like flexibility. If Trinidad start lock down space in behind and the wings, or Curacao, but they will probably come here looking for a draw if everything goes the way they want. What do we do in the middle then? So I guess the idea, as the referee said, is to play Gray and Sierra or Dixon. I still would have wished a specialist playmaker and specialist number 6 as a backup for Hayden, but we can't do anything about it. So that's my biggest issue. Defense, I still don't think we need 4, especially centre back. 2 windows now, Holgate came, go play. So if you have Ian Frey there and Latiba there, being there already, who can play as a centre back, I don't see why you need Holgate there. You can have that in midfield or we can start now. So that's another point, as I said, to distract. I don't have issues with the wingers and centre forward. Tough not to see Stuart there, but I kind of expect him not to be there just because, as the coach mentioned, he gives the impression that him and Bowser are like. And Bowser is the best player in the Caribbean.
We heard it.
He's going to play Bowser and
According to the coach.
According to the coach. So,
According to stats.
So finally, my rating is also 7 out of 10. So
7.
3 7s, right? So
much that.
21. But hopefully the boys don't get it done. We need the World Cup. The country need this World Cup. No, like it won't solve our problems, of course. It won't heal the wounds, but it's ever time for a little bit of hope and celebration. All right.
Yeah, definitely. And as I asked the coach, it would be a huge moral boost. And I'm pretty sure as I try to ask the coach, players them just need to use it as an extra motivation instead of feeling extra pressure to say, yo, we definitely need to do this for boosts moral right now. So, man, them squad done pick already. As much as we now give 10 out of 10, we still accept it and we are support the man them and people, you know, just full up stadium on the 18th because even though we can qualify before then, that will be or should be the day we're qualifying for World Cup 2026.
Stadium for Ram.
Straight.
Don't
Yeah,
let out the stress.
stadium need to run, guys.
So let out the stress, no on the rooftop blow
I know it's not easy, and
But-
they were hoping to reduce the prices for you guys, but being upon the government.
Bills have to
Government is up on the list. So.
pay.
But anyway, try their best to try and make it there, you know, to help support the boys to make it to the World Cup. We need this World Cup 30 odd years. Or is it 30 odd years, right?
Got 28
Or
something.
28.
Close. Bad enough.
Yeah, and this is the easiest way to make it. So you know, can't the stadium half empty. I would do a big Curacao. I would be the same on a cost. You know, in a sense, and have to come and support and everything. But anyway, Anson, tell me your way. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
People. That's it. There you have it. One Sports TV, Ball Pree TV, and JAMPL Fan. Stay tuned for more collaboration like this. This is supposed to bring a sense of unity to our fans. That we are not fighting. We're not cussing. Yeah, man. But anyway, what can I tell you? We won.
What is under my nose?
World Cup.